This is the EcoBright 75 watt equivalent LED light bulb. It puts out a claimed 1100 lumens of light while using 75 watts of electricity for an overall efficiency of approximately 88 lumens per watt. If we take a look at the bulb, you can see it's kind of a conventional snow cone style bulb where the plastic dome is on top and the heat sinking is on the bottom. Most of the newer style bulbs have been engineered so the light is cast in all directions versus mostly up and sideways with this one. You see with a lot of newer bulbs how they allow the light to actually fall down, which is more conventional like an incandescent bulb. So this one would be better suited for maybe a fixture where it points down or in a specific direction. If we turn the bulb around, we can see it has some information on here. 110 volt, 13 watt, with a color temperature of 1300 Kelvin and 1100 lumens. They claim the power factor is greater than 0.9, and this is a non-dimmable bulb. For the heat sinking, you can see this aluminum heat sink on the outside, and on the inside you can also see there is some more fins. Turning the bulb on, you'll see that it obviously looks quite bright, which would be as expected for any bulb that you're looking at directly. The light is pretty good. It is fairly bright. 75 watt equivalent is a little bit brighter than many other bulbs, so I'm thinking that's pretty good. It does run fairly warm at the base after it's been running for a while, but not warmer than any other comparable bulbs. Here I'm running the EcoBright LED bulb through my kilowatt to measure how much power it's using. The bulb claims to use 12.5 watts of electricity, but you can see the kilowatt is reporting about 10 watts. So that could just be an issue with the kilowatt slightly underreporting, or the bulb maybe actually is using a little bit less power. I have no way of really knowing that. One claim this bulb makes is that it has a very high power factor. On the side of the bulb it says power factor greater than 0.9. And if we switch the kilowatt over to power factor mode, we can see that it's reporting a power factor of about 0.96. A regular old-fashioned incandescent light bulb would have a power factor of 1.0 since it's a purely resistive load. This LED is approximating that 1.0 quite closely. Some other LED bulbs I've tested have had power factors as low as 0.2, sometimes even less than 0.2 when you're operating them on a dimmer. In the scheme of things, that doesn't really matter because power companies don't typically charge residential consumers based on power factor. But if you do, this bulb is almost 1.0, which is good to know. As for overall light quality, this bulb is basically on par with just about every other LED bulb that you can buy. The color rendering index is not particularly high. They claim that's about 0.8, which is basically the same as most other LEDs, with the exception of a few like the Philips L-Prize bulb, which is, has a CRI of 0.92. The color rendering is obviously better than just about any fluorescent bulb that you're going to find. The color temperature is 3000, which means it's a fairly warm color temperature. Not quite incandescent, but then again it's not like a 6000 K daylight color either. So it's fine for interior lighting. Overall, it's a pretty good bulb at a decent price, and it's available on Amazon.